So welcome to this short video for some watercolor news. We have two new limited edition sets from Winsor Newton Professional. The first is this set with 8 half pans, and we also have a set with 6 of those colors as a tube set. The two additional colors that are included in this half pan set is first called Oreo Hue, which is a mixture of PY 151, if I read it correctly, and PBR 7, which is your standard brown iron oxide. This color was not so interesting for me personally, because you still can buy the genuine Oreo from, for example, Daniel Smith or Magello Mission Gold, which is also known as cobalt yellow. PY 40 is the genuine one. The problem with this pigment is that it is sadly not very light fast. It's a very beautiful transparent yellow, but it dulls to a brownish color. So in my opinion, the best replacement is nickel azo yellow for the color. And the other color, which is even more redundant in my personal opinion in the half pan set, is called Viridian Hue. I mean, you can still buy the genuine Viridian from nearly every major brand. The genuine Viridian is the PG18, is a more expensive pigment. It is a lighter version of a phthalo greenish color, but it granulates very beautifully. And the hue they have included here is a mixture between PG7, which is the standard for the Viridian hue, but they combined it with PY42 and PY43, which is your natural and synthetic yellow iron oxide. I guess they probably have included those two pigments because they granulate to imitate the granulation of the genuine Viridian. But for me, that wasn't very interesting. I was more interested in two of the other colors, so I have ordered myself the tube set. The first color here, which is included in both sets, is the field orange or Fields Orange, which is the only single pigment color we have in all the colors. It is PO67. As far as I know, this pigment is more like mediocre in the light fastness, so I would be careful with that one. The next one is Cinnabar Green, and this is a mixture of PY 138 and PG 36. PG36 is your phthalo green yellow shade. I never have heard from a Cinnabar Green. We all know Vermilion, which is another name for the genuine Cinnabar color. All the vermilions we have in your major brands nowadays are not the genuine pigment, because the genuine pigment PR 106 is super toxic because it contains quicksilver. So that's why all the vermilions nowadays are hues. And I own a genuine vermilion. That's the only big brand I know which still offer it, is from the Supervision brand from China. And of course, there are some artisans also offering a handmade one, but like I said, it is super, super toxic because of the quicksilver. So yeah, I don't know if, I guess those revival colors are meant to be some kind of historical colors. A lot of them, like I said, I've never heard from. I know Cinnabar, the red one, but I never heard of a Cinnabar Green. So yeah, that's also a combination. All of the colors are made from pigments you can easily buy all the time. So you can mix those colors, of course, also by yourself. You don't need to buy it. I was under the impression at the first time I've seen the set that there are really genuine, at least some of them, like some of the colors using genuine pigments from the past, but this isn't the case, just that you are aware of that. So the next color we have here is Tyrian Purple. Tyrian Purple, the genuine pigment, is made from some kind of snails, some kind of pooper snails. There are, I think, 3 different kinds of those snails. In the past, they have killed the snails for getting to the pigment. Nowadays, I've heard you can also milk the slugs or snails. I don't know. I think with a house, it's a snail. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, you need around, I think, 10,000 snails or milk 10,000 snails to get, I think, 1 gram of pigment, and that's the reason why I know there are a lot of videos out there of saying that the lapis lazuli is the most expensive pigment in the world, but it is wrong. The genuine Tyrian Purple is the most expensive pigment in the world. 1 gram costs around 2,000 euros. So yeah, if you are getting a few grams more to really are able to do something with a little bit of pigment at least, then you are very fast at 2 millions. So yeah, it is super expensive, and of course I knew that they never ever would use the genuine pigment here. There are also only, I think, 1 or 2 people left really getting the genuine pigment, farming the snails. So yeah, that's even more a problem nowadays. They have done a mixture with PB37, which is the more light-fast dioxazine purple pigment. This pigment is not very widely used. Most brands use the PB23 version. I know that Mgram offers a 37 version, and I think Roman Schmal has included this also in their range, but I'm not 100% sure. I know of that definitely Mgram is offering it, but there are not a lot of brands using this version. And the other pigment used in their Tyrian Purple Hue mixture is PR202, which is quinacridone magenta. The next pigment here or color is called Ultramarine Ash. And there also is a little bit of a story behind, going to the origins of ultramarine blue, the lapis lazuli. If you are milling lapis lazuli, because it is not a stone which is completely only blue, it has inclusions like grayish, brownish, blackish inclusions in it. So if you're milling the stone, then of course you get different colored particles. That is the reason why you start to wash, because they are different in their weight when they are milled. Then you can wash out the most intense blue pigments, which are used for your ultramarine blue, and the rest, which are duller blue pigments or these gray, blackish particles of the stone, they are called ultramarine ash, and they have this like taupe blue or grayish blue color. You still can buy ultramarine ash pigment, for example, from Crema Pigmente, the pigment as a powder, but it is still super expensive. So even 100 grams can cost you a few $100. They have done, I think, a very good job at their hue here in department of the color shade. They have used, of course, PB29, your ultramarine blue, and PG23, which is green earth. Green earth is normally in all the brands offering them, the big brands, a very, very delicate light greenish color. I know that it is possible to get a very dark green earth color. I have one from a handmade artisan which is really dark, which comes not from Verona, because the most used green earth is Veronese green earth from Verona in Italy. The one I have is from Bohemia, and it is much darker. So of course I don't know for sure which one they used, but I guess because the version which Winsor Newton Professional is offering in their normal range is a very delicate and super light color. Probably they have used the pigment they already have for their normal colors. So yeah, those are both granulating pigments, and because of that we of course also have a granulating color, and if we are using the right paper and enough water, we can have a little bit of a color separation depending on how intensive the green really peeks out of this color. The next color is called mineral gray, and we have here a 3 pigment mix made of PBK19, which is slate gray, PW5, which is white, and PB29 ultramarine blue. Also, we have here the granulation and color separation effect of the color. I have seen 1 or 2 pictures already where you can see more bluish or more greenish or grayish particles, because the slate gray comes in grayish or green grayish versions. So if they have used a green grayish version, which I guess because of the picture I have seen, there you can see a slight greenish hue in some areas and more of the blue from the ultramarine blue, so we can have a color separation effect here as well. And I must personally say that the ultramarine ash and the mineral gray are the colors I'm personally most interested in. They are very unique. Also in their color shade, when we compare it to your standard watercolor range. The last color we have is called Oswald's Gray. I think it's gray. And it is a mixture also of 3 pigments. We have PBK6, which is lamp black, PW5 again, and PY42 again, which is their in the synthetic yellow iron oxide. So yeah, I really hope the video was interesting. I will leave a link in the description box to this product on the Italian shop Mom Arte, which has those sets at the moment on sale. They are shipping worldwide. If you are ordering from it, then maybe please consider using also in the description box the affiliate link, which will not cost you any additional costs, just give me a very small commission. So if you do this, thank you very much. And yeah, I would really like to know if there are colors you are interested in, which are most interesting for you, or if you say no, because they are not using some special pigments which you can't normally get, it is not really interesting for me personally. Yeah, would love to hear that from you. And as always, I would be super grateful for a thumbs up or a follow, because it really helps me and the channel. So thank you again for this. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the video and it was interesting and helpful. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and to see you soon in another video. Thank you. Bye bye.